Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my second episode, Taking Control. For some of you, this is going to be the hardest thing to do. It's not easy to do. Most people don't do it. And I think that's one reason why a lot of people fail to really save as much as they'd like or to get to where they would like to be later in life as far as early retirement or even retiring at all. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to talk about your income. What do you make? Because that's where we're going to start, right? You have to have a good idea as to what you're bringing in order to kind of budget and figure out where you're going to be. So the first thing we need to talk about is exactly that: how much you take, how much you bring home each year, or each month. So when I talk to people, and again, I'm a mortgage loan officer, so when I talk to people, they are always talking in terms of, I make $50,000 a year, I make $60,000 a year, I make $100,000 or $200,000 or whatever it is. That's not. It is what you make, but that's the gross amount you make. And I think a lot of people think, oh my gosh, I make $60,000 a year, I'm doing okay, or I make $100,000, I'm doing okay. But what I want you to do is take a look at your net pay, because that's really the amount that you have to work with in order to be able to get ahead, right? So let's say you make $60,000 a year, you're getting $5,000 a month, gross income. But if you take a look at your taxes, state taxes, federal taxes, Social Security, maybe you have your insurance through your job, maybe you have a 401k through your job, which is great. You should definitely do that. We'll talk more about that in another episode. But for now, just take a look at your net income, right? So we're talking your what you actually take home. From there, I want you to take out all of your fixed expenses. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is figure out, okay, what's my net pay? Then you're going to take out your fixed costs, which are going to be either rent or mortgage. You're going to have your credit card payments, any student loan payments, any car payments, any subscriptions that you make, either from Netflix or Hulu or Comcast or whoever your other utilities providers are. And then, of course, you're going to have your car insurance. You're going to have maybe health insurance, maybe other things that, you know in your own life what's got going on. And what I would recommend you do is take a look at your last 3 months of bank statements and go through it line by line. Now, there's a couple of things I haven't talked about yet. That's for salaried people when you're looking at your net pay. But what if you're self-employed? Or what if you are on commission or some other thing? Maybe you get a bonus or something like that. In that case, what I want you to do is just take a look at your last maybe 6 months or a year of income and average it out. And what you want to do, again, is take a look at your average that you're bringing home net each month. So then you have a good idea as to where you're going to be at. And obviously, I know some of my colleagues are both mortgage loan officers and real estate agents. Their pay can fluctuate greatly from year to year depending on market conditions. So if you're in a commission job like that, or you have maybe some other sort of job where the pay fluctuates, maybe you make a lot in the summer and nothing in the winter, something like that, you really have to take a look and consider year long, what's your average income net going to be each month? Okay, so that's where you're going to start if you're not salaried. Okay, so then once you minus out your fixed rate expenses, then you have to take a look at your variable expenses, right? And that's going to be things like food, gas, utilities like heating and electric, right? Because those fluctuate every month. My heating bill is way, way more expensive in the winter than it is in the summer. Vice versa, my electricity bill. So I want to take a look at that and just kind of figure out over 6 months or over a year, what's my average bill. Okay, so that's the money that we have left over. Now, food costs can go into that, and that's actually one thing that I really want to take a look at. Your food costs, and under food costs, I'm talking about not only food, but going out for drinks, especially if you're younger people generally go out a lot more. They go out to dinner a lot more. They go out for drinks a lot more. And there's nothing wrong with that. I am not here to tell you, oh my gosh, give up your lifestyle, do everything you can and live like a hermit. That's no fun, right? That's not where we want to be. What I do want you to do, though, is take a look and really sit down and subtract out all of the different expenses. Take a look at how much you're spending on dinner. Take a look at how much you're spending on drinks. And then take a look at how much are you actually putting away into savings. So if every month you're putting, after everything, you're able to put $500 into a savings account or $1,000 into a savings account, you're happy with that, that's great. Whatever you're doing, that you're happy with it, that's great. But if you're not, and I know a lot of people are struggling out there to save, what you really want to do is take a look at these different expenses and really see, how can I change some of the things I'm doing? Okay, maybe it's not a complete lifestyle change. Maybe you go out 3 nights a week for dinner. Maybe you only need to go out 2 nights. Maybe you can stop, instead of shopping at one of the higher price grocery stores, maybe you start splitting it up a little bit. Hey, you know what? I can buy my detergent at a much cheaper store, whether it be a dollar store or maybe it be just a lesser, quality store or brand or something. And, again, I'm not trying to say you have to pare down your whole way of living, but I do think that for a lot of people, they don't really understand how much they're spending in a lot of different areas. And when you take a look, let's say you've got a couple areas you take a look at weekly and you say, you know what? I could probably do without this, or I could probably do without that. If you can save $20 a week, every week, off of your expenses, you're going to end up at the end of the year with $1,000 extra in your account. So just think about that. If there's a couple of areas where you can save $20 or $40 or $50 a week, and my guess is that there's a lot of people that can, then, that's going to be the savings that you're going to be able to put to the side. And in a year, again, $20 a week is $1,000, $50 a week is $2,500. If you're not happy with where you're at right now, this is a good first step to getting into a steady savings program. And what I would really suggest you do is take that at the beginning of each week, what you really want to save. Take that $20, take that $50, take that $100 or more if you're able, and either put it to the side in your house, or if you have a savings account, drop it there right away, on your way to work first thing Monday morning, or over the weekend, whatever. Make that your first stop. Take that out of your checking account, put it into your savings so that you're paying yourself first. So that way you can slowly start to build up your savings. Now, there are other one-time things that you can do, of course, to accelerate this process. You get your tax return at the end at the end of the year, and as I'm making this video, it's right around tax time, maybe a little bit past. But some people haven't gotten their tax return yet. So maybe you can take half of that and put it in a savings account. Maybe you can take all of it and put it in a savings account. Or maybe you're in a situation where you can just take a couple of $100 and do it. Either way, that's great. Whatever you can save right now is fine. But really what I want you to do over the next few days is just do yourself a favor and go through your last 3 months of bank statements, 2 or 3 months, and just take a look and say, hey, what am I spending? Where could I possibly make some savings? Is it using coupons to buy some things? Is it going to a Dollar Tree to use some things, or dollar store? I shouldn't recommend any one, but anyway, you know what I mean. So let's just take a look. Let's review where we're at. And I'm going to have some money saving tips in my next video, including some apps that I personally use to try to save a few extra bucks. Especially on gas, right? Because gas is killing all of us right now. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoy the video. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.